Morning. Right, a lot of better mood today. Working outside, nice cold, bit of cloud cover, bit of sun. Can't fold it. So what I'm doing today, I'm back on the podcast job. So what we're doing is drainage. That's where the drain runs. The inspection chamber is in the next building along there. Anyway, what I'm going to do is dig down there, get that out, and I'm going to see if I've got enough fall, 1 in 40, to where the soil pipe's going to go for the toilet. I've got me rest bend, and I've got numerous other bits and bobs there, whatever. Would you believe it? Old copper water mains. So I'll just be very careful there. So yeah, let's see how we go. The idea is I'm going to come across this way and into here. Should be straightforward. But then that old gully's going. That's going to get replaced with that one you can just see peeping over the top of there. Yeah. Let's go from there. I'm glad it's all this pea shale though, pea gravel, because that's going to use for me to put my pipe on once I've dug out. Right, let's crack on. Right, I'm just setting up the first part of the drainage. Right, so we've got to have a 40mm drop every metre. So you can see by the bubble there, we've actually got a bit of a slope. But if I was to put that level, we'll see we've got a 40mm difference at this end. So let me just pause you a second. Right, so what I've done, I've just put a bit of a packer under there. So that level, there you go, it's showing level now. But from the underside of that pipe down to that drain, it should be 40mm. There you go. So that tells me I've got the proper fall just on that bit. Now I need to go from there out towards where I'm draining up. Let's have a look, see what we can do. Right, so what I've done is I've opted for one of these as opposed to one of these. So they go on the outside of your clear pipe. This one pushes into your existing clear pipe and then enables you to put your new plastic inside it. So I'm just going to clear off all the crap around there, straighten it all off, make it nice and neat, and then fit the adapter. This little baby. So plus it pushes inside. You know, you've got a nice perfect smooth flow when you put your plastic pipe in. Right, let's get on with that. First part of the drainage is in. Got all compacted with pea gravel. All nicely done. That's the bend there. So that's just sat there for now. Oh dear. That pillar's just protecting the junction box. The junction. You can see there's that black adapter I just pushed in. And there's the Y off there. Now this is going to go up to here. And we're going to replace that gully. So let's start digging again.
A few moments later.
Gully's in place, well, approximately in place. Running on there, that piece isn't long enough, but I just wanted to get an idea. So I could just put a small piece in there, I suppose. Jobs are good. Yeah, all this just wants backfilling now. You saw I got pea gravel on it earlier, and I'll do the same there. I might have to get that a bit lower actually, that gully, because that path's a lot lower than what you'd expect really. 150, there's the damp course, so that's going to go down a little bit more, so let's have a look. Yeah, that's the damp course, I think, in there. So we'll best get that down a bit more. so it'll dig out a bit more. At least I know where I'm at. It's no biggie. But yeah, God, that's hard, that, because where that old drain was, it was encased in concrete. So obviously you didn't have to remove it, I just smashed it to bits. Yeah. And then we'll get some of this backfilled. There's topsoil everywhere. Hey ho, it is what it is. All this path's getting broken up anyway, because there's going to be a patio getting laid. So anyway, that'll do me. See you in a bit. If you remember yesterday, I had to put a piece in there. Well, I had a spare piece hanging down, so I just put a full length in, as opposed to having a join. I've dropped the gully down. The sink's running away fine, the water runs away fine, all the joints are tested. I've left the lid off that for now. All this pipework's getting replaced. Got my pea shingle around, so I'm going to, there's loads of it here, so what I'm going to do is cut that plastic back. I'm going to throw a load more shingle over the top of it, then just rake some of the soil back over, just to tidy it up a bit. And then we're going to move indoors, and I've brought a load of breeze blocks today, and start blocking that doorway up. It won't take long, so I'll just put a piece of damp course down and we'll go from there. There's already a big concrete lintel in there, so we don't need to worry too much. It's just blocking it up. The outside will be using the matching imperial bricks, the LBC wire cut commons. You see, just see the pattern. Now they're an imperial brick, so I need to order them. Well, I have to order them from where I am anyway. But I'm going to tooth it in. I'm going to cut the halves out and bond it accordingly. Right, see you in a bit. Next job, getting this blocked up. So I'll be sticking that down with a bit of mortar, building it from there. I've already pre-cut some. I've just stacked them there, and then when I've got about halfway, I'll cut some more. Got some tie wires there, got my jointer, not that I really need it. Brick hammer just in case I need to nibble a bit. And the rest will be history. Got a little bit of a mix on. I ain't bothered getting my mixer out or anything because a bit much of a muchness. So, I'm going to see if I can get my camera somewhere and get this on a bit of time lapse. See you in a bit. Right, just throwing them up for now. The level grade, because I'm not bothered whether they level that way, it's going to get plastered. So I'm just going to join them up now. I've seen a lot of people, when you join it up as a brickie, you try to shove it upside down. And you should just be working it off like this, not the other way up. So all I'm going to do now, I'm just going to make sure my pipes are full, and then just roughly point it up. I could just fill it in flush, but for the sake of this, I may as well just go for it and make it look as tidy as we can. Make sure all the joints are full. So always your pipes first. Like I say, it's going to get plastered, so it's not really a necessity. You should always try and use drier mortar as well. So, like I'm at the end of the wheelbarrow here, so this mortar's going off quite well. You don't want to be using fresh wet stuff because it just won't have the desired effect. Push it all the way in, make sure they're nice and full. You might have seen as well there, I was putting some tie wires in, just going to brick up the other side. Obviously, it can bond to this. Now some of you might ask, why have you not tooled out on this side? Well, to be honest, there's not really a great deal of point, is there? all the stresses and everything are taken on wall either side. The lintels taking any downward pressures, which is already up there. But this is a joint falling to it. There we go. Yeah, this is just blocking up and down. All there's going to be stood here is a washing machine. It's going to be like a little alcove in a utility area of this kitchen. Scrape the stuff up off the floor. Because that stuff's good for jointing with. Obviously not face work, but for doing this, nothing wasting it, is there? Do. Your national grid over here, disconnected all that. That's getting replaced. Oh yeah, now they're cutting into it live outside. Right, going to get this door blocked up now. I just put them few down yesterday with what I had left from my mix. So I'm just going to get that blocked up now. Remember to take my solar panel out the back. In fact, I think I'll do that now. Let's just put that somewhere safe. Safe-ish. So we had National Grid here yesterday. So they put a new fuse in, 100 amp fuse, and even an isolator as well, so when my Sparky comes, all he has to do is trip that out, which is better for him. They actually ran a new cable as well. They got rid of the old one what was there, which is, I believe was like cased in lead with some hessian bandage around it. And then, because that's in a conduit, they dug it out outside and dragged it through and then connected it up. It amazed me how to do that live though, but that was a big thanks to O'Connor's Utilities, who do all this contracting work for National Grid. Yeah, it was brilliant. It was good lads, just cracked on and did it. Oh yeah, so there'll be a cupboard going there or something like that, just to, obviously, you don't want it on show. So yeah, so I'm going to crack on. I'm going to get this up, and then what I'm going to do is get rid of these pipes and just a bit of tit fitting today. Got a few bits of brick to put in there. I don't know why that was just under the kitchen. So that's coming out. I'm going to get rid of this sink today. Get rid of all this spaghetti junction of pipework and just cap it off. Give it all a tidy up for when the new kitchen comes, after it's all been plastered, because then we can run the pipes where we want them to go without too many bloody junctions. Right, let's crack on. Right, that's that door blocked up. I'm still going to point in that bit where the lintel is there, which is actually sat on the slope, but there's no real stress about that. It's not taking any weight. But I ran out of mix, so I just used what I had left just to joint up with. But that'll do. You don't have to be pretty. Like I say, what I was doing was, you notice that the bond is really strange and weird, but whatever off-cut of block I had, I just used in the next one and just used up all the little bits. So, and as good as calculations are, 1 block left. Oh yeah, and I managed to fill in them little bits down there, just with the off-cuts of block. So yeah, quite pleased. Right, brew time. Okay, so I'm just taking his sink out. Now, no electrician, but I'm not sure that's how you work his sink. That's just got a little hook on there and on there, and then this end was attached to the copper pipe over there. In there. Anyway, yeah, it never ceases to amaze you some of the things you find. Anyway, let's crack on. Right, I've just cut off a lot of pipe work. It's all going to be getting rejigged. So that's the cold in to the sink and everything else, and then going up to the boiler, and then that's the hot water coming back from the boiler. So I'm just going to put some temporary stop ends on. Now, I'm not usually a fan of Flowmaster, but I thought I'd try these and I read a few reviews. Stop end 15mm 10 pack, push fit and secure connection. See, the idea is you push these on like that, and then you lock it in place, and that's it, it's done. And the idea is then you can just unscrew it. I can't do it one-handed, but oh, there you go, unscrew. So you can see now the green's open, and off it comes. Reusable. So if anyone like me who's always doing a lot of different building jobs and you just want to temporarily cut the water off, because them Hep 2O ones are hard with the keys. You know, you got to press the bits in. So yeah, just put one on there. On. Oh, paint moved. On. Lock it into place. Jobs are good, and I'll find out if they're leaking in a minute. Right, let's get the water back on. Job's good, I'm pleased with that. Right, I want to get that big grey pipe out because it absolutely reeks. You know, it's like fat and sediment over the years. Let's get it gone.